shows are individually owned and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Welcome to the Edventures in Tech podcast, talking the latest tips and trends in educational technology to innovate and engage your students. Here are your hosts, Andrew and Dan.
Back and better, day number 3. This is episode 70 of Adventures in Tech. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Dan.
We are live at NYSCATE Annual Conference 2025, held at Turning Stone Resort and Casino. Once again, broadcasting live from the Bloom booth. Greatly appreciate their partnership. And so before we get to our special guest today, Dan, and Art's here, so he's just now like a regular, so he doesn't need a fancy introduction, but Art's here as well.
He always needs a fancy introduction.
I never need a fancy introduction.
But, all right, so this is the last day. It's wrapping up. Thoughts on the conference?
Oh, it's been a great conference. From all the different vendors that were here and everything we were able to pick up from that to all the different sessions and activities and keynotes and our special panel talks that we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
I heard there was a really good one on cybersecurity.
I did. Kind of ties into what we're going to talk about today with our special guest. But yeah, it's been, as every year, just a fantastic experience.
Theming as far as, did you think a lot of AI? You think it was kind of balanced better this year? I do. I think there was a good mix of presentations.
You know, I was thinking about that. There was a lot less AI in particular, and I think because that's where, we still don't know where everything's going, but
it'll change.
But that
tomorrow.
That initial wave of what it is and how can I use it has kind of gone over, and I see a shift of like, all right, instead of like what AI can do for you, it's like now that it's doing for you, what can you do for your students and stuff, and
right.
And I see that shifting of focus, which kind of tied into our presentation that we did all about accessibility. Is like, oh, now that we have these tools here, how can we utilize, what we're doing to make our classrooms more inclusive? So I really like that aspect of the conference, because I think over the past 2 years, every conference has
It was an overload.
It was an overload of AI.
It was. Which, listen, people need to be educated about it, and they're going to continually need that education just because it's evolving so rapidly, in life in general, not just in the educational standpoint.
But like you said, it was balanced, because you had this like, oh, this is what AI, this is how you build a gem, this is how you can do this.
Right.
And then, but that was far less, that was there, but we had far more of, all right, let's look at more instructional practices. So there was a really good balance.
Yeah, definitely good scaffolds on AI overall. And then we heard the good news that, of course, next year the conference will be back here at Turning Stone, and the new convention center, $250+ million project will be completed, new hotel. So very going to be excited to see the layout and what the future holds here at NYSCATE, because they are just growing. If you haven't been here yet, what are you waiting for, right, Art?
Absolutely. This conference is expanded drastically, especially with the move over here to Turning Stone. I've been doing this now 16 years. It's been busy. I literally, like, looking at everything today, I needed another day. I know. I've been here 4 days.
True.
I've been here an extra day. I could have easily gone one more.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But there was so much to do and see. I didn't get to all of it.
I think it's quite funny how you say you're exhausted, because my wife thinks it's a vacation, right? She thinks I'm going on vacation. Yeah, all right, I don't have my children, but it's harder than regular work day most times.
Oh, please come with us one time. It is, you don't turn off.
It's nonstop. So, all right, yeah, sessions were great. Obviously, all the vendors and the floor, the nightlife, we appreciate, just the all collaboration from people all across the state, actually the tri-state area, I should say. It's been absolutely phenomenal. So I want to get to today's guest, and we have Erin from Securely, which we're going to be spotlighting, which we just learned about Securely less than a year ago, right?
Was that
a year ago
FETC?
at this conference.
Was it this one, or was it FETC?
No, the conversation started here.
And then we went
to...
And it continued.
Yeah, so we had to go to Orlando to learn more, I guess. I'm just making sure I clarify that right there. But anyways, if you're not familiar with Securely, it's one of the leading platforms, K-12 safety, cybersecurity, and overall student wellness, which is a huge component, and we're going to delve deep into that. But it's definitely been a cornerstone for districts that want to protect students online, monitor digital well-being, secure school networks without slowing instruction time down, which is our bane of existence. But and we're going to dive deep into this. The ecosystem covers AI-powered web filtering, classroom device management, cybersecurity threat detection, anonymous reporting, student wellness insights. Lots to go on. It's kind of like a digital equivalent of a seatbelt and a dashboard in one, right? It keeps students safe, supports teachers with real-time visibility, which we like, gives us and Art cybersecurity tools that scale to all different levels, and it empowers families with transparency at home, because sometimes that's a huge component because we're all so busy in our lives. So I don't know if I've done enough justice on introducing it, but Erin, welcome to the show.
I actually feel like I don't have to say anything. I mean, you just nailed it, right? All of it. I love the way you really brought that all together. And yes, we are what we're now saying a safety operational system. Really hitting all those key areas that you've already just outlined very nicely.
Yeah, so let's delve deep into them, and sure. I'm gonna start to talk. Art, let's get your overview of it, because you obviously tested the product out, and then we flipped the switch and went full securely mode, and it's been a phenomenal experience so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I mentioned, we were looking for a new web filtering tool last year. So started talking to Securely. We went back, talked to Securely a little bit more while we were down at another conference. Said, hey, let's test this out. Let's kick the tires, so to speak. We started running with it. Obviously, we were excited with it. We've ended up doing more than we had planned with Securely, just because there were so many features. Features got added along the way. Securely Home,
at no cost. Home, that's a key.
At no additional cost. So it's really filling a gap that we needed for both our classroom teachers, because we're using Classroom. We're using Securely Aware for our risk assessment. We got the filtering going. We have Home for the parents. It is a fantastic all-in-one package that we're constantly evolving with right now.
So let's talk, and Erin can give her perspective as well. From the school component, we'll get to the home thing. What's the first thing? So if a teacher's listening to the show and they're like, I want to go to my admins and say, hey, I need something that's really going to help my students, so I can see what they're doing, keep them on task, block them from harmful sites or whatnot. How do we start that process?
Sure. So when it comes to teacher tools, we have a number of different ways that we engage with them, but probably the most primary is the classroom management. This is in their domain, it's in their classroom. And I think what folks hear teachers say about Classroom is that it's easy to use, right? I hear a lot of less clicks to do what I need to do, right?
And I would say, especially with the new redesign that just launched, that makes it even easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just very nimble. So if throughout that whole 50-minute class period, you're engaging with different students in different ways with different curated content. So being able to switch quickly to a different access plan for different students and be able to do that on the fly without a lot of steps.
And clicks,
right?
Yeah.
So I think teachers love that. I think they love the integration. They're going to see more integration, like Securely AI chat prompts being on their screen.
That's a teaser bit.
So,
there we go.
Right?
There we go.
So
I'm coming back to that one.
Exactly.
Sorry, Erin.
They're going to love that, right? Again, all from one screen. I don't want to have multiple tabs open to do what I need to do in the classroom.
Yeah, that's key, right? Because we already have a million tabs. It's like the person who has too many files on their desktop. It needs to be clean and concise, so I love that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and we've been looking at it from a filtering component with the policy editor and everything. Art, you want to talk about what?
Before we go there, I just want to piggyback, because we're still talking about teachers in the classroom. And the one thing I would say from the teacher perspective, and then looking at it at the district, the fact that tool is with the same as our filtering does make the access for different things out there for students' access on the web that much easier.
Right.
So if a teacher comes across something that there's a link that all of a sudden would work, and then it suddenly gets blocked for students for some reason, the teacher can still push out that link in that moment of the classroom, and that lesson is not disrupted.
Love it.
And I know our teachers had a lot of positive feedback about that.
Yeah, and I feel for teachers, right? Because we're trying to do the best we can with our web filtering from an admin side of things, and every so often things get caught up, and that teacher's in the middle of a lesson, and bam, they hit that. Sorry, you can't go here. The fact that the teachers have that ability through Securely Classroom to push out that link temporarily, prevents that disruption. It just makes them be able to flow. They can get back to me at a different time and say, hey, can you double check this link? I think it should be working. We'll take care of it at that point in time. But we did not lose instructional time.
And we're then taking a lot of emails and phone calls away from our help desk.
That's it. There's that other
day.
management side of it as well.
Yes.
It just becomes that much more helpful. The other thing too with Secure the Classroom that I do appreciate, it is flexible.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have it tied into our SIS so that our teachers and their rosters are all there, but you can also create custom classrooms. So one of the things that we had an issue with that we were trying to find a solution for, sorry kids that end up in ISR, but our ISR teachers did not have access.
Right.
To other product. This, I was able to show them very quickly, like, hey, go in, create a class, add a kid, delete a kid, add another kid. They were able to bring this into that ISR environment very easily and now have visibility of the students that are in there during that time.
Well, it needs to stay fluid, and that makes the easiest component of it because especially if you look at an ISR class, it's going to be fluid and people moving in and out, hopefully out more than in
Hopefully it's not needed, but
And
Agreed.
observation groups kind of fall. I don't know if you're leveraging observation groups yet. This is a use case, again, that very easy workflow of different types of classes you might have. So think about your special ed teachers that
Right.
might have 10 kids in their caseload, but they're in different educational settings throughout the day. You can set up an observation group.
Ooh, I got to learn more about this.
This is a newer feature, but it gives them visibility when those 10 kids are in different classes, sessions throughout the day, to observe them
Oh,
in
wow.
those different class sessions. So
I have
that's a newer feature.
Is it out now or no?
It's out now.
Okay,
It's out
so
now.
I have a question. So I just want to kind of wrap my head around this because Dan and I do a lot of work with our special education teachers.
Sure.
So let's just say, you already got.
I was going to say,
You already set it up.
E&L.
Well,
Oh,
that
yeah.
too.
E&L's
Yes.
like, I'm thinking special ed now. I'm also thinking E&L because as they branch out as
Different
well. this
classes.
Principals sometimes have it as these are my kids I want to keep an eye on throughout the day, right? So again,
I like that.
The primary use case was initially special ed, but it has different purposes.
Right.
Yeah, I'm already thinking here.
Yeah.
So if I'm the case manager and I have 12 kids on my caseload,
Sure.
I have 2 in a resource room in period 1, I have 2 in earth science, 2 in algebra, whatever. Is it going to mess up if I set up this observation group with my 12 students, let's say? Will it have any impact on the classroom teacher? No.
No.
Okay. That was my concern, is if they're 2 in 1, would it mess up things? Because we obviously pull from SIS, so it pulls from their schedule automatically. This is just like a custom group.
Custom group.
Okay.
And you're observing. So you're not taking control of the class, but you're able to observe with the student and engage with
Seeing
the
their screen
Yes,
and everything like
exactly,
that. Okay.
exactly. So you can kind of see, are they struggling with something? Maybe I should pop in.
Can you
right?
chat with them still or no?
I believe you can chat with them.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
Lock the screen down. No, I'm just
Can't lock the screen.
kidding. You are not where you belong.
Yeah.
You
But a
shall not pass.
But a co-teacher can do that in a
Right.
session. So
Right.
there's the concept of co-teacher. So
Yeah.
I wanted to mention observation
No,
group
that's-
because that's a different dynamic of a custom class kind of in a different use case.
That's and I like how you said the admin standpoint too. Like if we have a couple high flyers, frequent flyers that are
Frequent
causing
flyers,
problems.
That's what
Well, speaking of that, so if I create that observation group, and there could be the moment that I'm physically observing, but can I pull the history from the different members of the group just to go back and reflect and be like, all right, where are we at?
What were you doing
What
at this
were you
time?
What
doing?
you were doing at that,
Yeah.
you'd be able to look at their history. I have to check to see if you can see their history.
Okay.
But I think you're going to be able to. I think you're going to still have that AI chat history as well.
Okay.
But
Got
let
it.
me double check on that.
Yeah,
with
get
the
back to us on
observation.
that. That's fine.
I will.
No worries on
But
that.
that's a great question.
Right, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I know you were in earth science that period, and I could see you were
doing something else.
Well, there's something where there's
Yeah.
just struggling because I'm looking at your AI chat history,
Sure.
or I can see, hey, you were on fun math games. Can we start and refocus a little bit more?
Let's have a conversation on where we should be focusing our time during class.
All right, so we kind of delved on the product, the vision a little bit. We started talking about filtering. We're going to get into AI and chat in a moment, but I do want to talk because Art mentioned cybersecurity and data protection, and so we know K-12 has become a space that's become a major threat for cybersecurity. What do you see as a big risk that school districts are having from that standpoint today?
So there's a couple of things. So first, from cybersecurity, your filter, we're doing a lot of work around our categorization and being able to identify VPNs, proxy sites with our filter. And you've probably seen this with the recategorization. our ability to do page scanning using AI and large machine learning to really do that categorization, to identify those proxies, to identify those VPNs up front. And so that's really kind of built into the filter. So that there's support there.
Got it. You mentioned AI, so and how Securely is using AI for threat detection. Do you see a lot of false alarms, or how do you prevent them?
False alarms from sites not being categorized?
Yeah. Because there's changing. These hackers are changing so rapidly,
yes.
And AI bots and everything.
Yes. So I think that's where the page scanning is more. Is definitely, we're training it. It's using machine learning.
Got it.
That proxy family matching, like those proxy sites and VPNs leave breadcrumbs, right? So if we can follow them and get ahead of it,
right.
So that's where that proxy family matching comes in, and that's all done at the page scanning categorization level.
Got it. Perfect. So I wanted to kind of mention, and Art, you can piggyback off this. With the let's go to the home component first before we go to AI chat, because we know that's going to be pretty deep. So can you explain, Art, from your standpoint, how the home component of Securely is working?
Well, for us, what we wanted to do, we have a one-to-one program for students grades 7 to 12. It's a district device, district owned. From a district standpoint, we can see a lot of what the student is doing, but we had parents raising concerns about the parent lacks control when the student arrives home after school. The parent might have concerns about screen time, concerns about filtering, concerns about I say screen time, filtering, stuff like that. So for us, I was like, hey, is there another way we could just add information for a parent? Can parents be able to see things? Maybe give parents a little bit more control, because I understand it.
We got kids, we get it.
Yeah, we have kids. We have, same stuff. So Securely Home allowed us to provide parents with those additional controls and insight on their individual students, and allowed them to set their own custom rules outside of the school day.
Which I think is a key component, because if a parent member has a lot of concerns, they may not give their child a device that's not district owned. Obviously, they take the one that the district's own because it's for an educational purpose. And now there's a complete control or safeguards, let's say, for when students are using that device at home. Because I know, we've seen the alerts, and it's something to be concerning of with self-harm, right? Mm-hmm. And so basically those get flagged immediately, right?
Yes.
Right? And then there's an escalation thing where it goes to you, building principal, et cetera, so on and so forth, so we can make sure we identify if it's a serious issue and to make sure it goes to the proper channels.
Right, and just to add a little piece on there, because I know Erin will probably have a couple comments about it as well. The fantastic thing about it is the parent home controls don't turn off until the student arrives at school and connects to our school networks.
Oh, that's nice.
So if a student is homesick for any reason, or it's a conference day or a snow day,
or they're up at 2 a.m.
or whatever, the controls are still there. Just because we're into the quote-unquote school day doesn't, as long as the kid's not, if he's not at school or he or she is not at school, the controls will stay in place.
That's key.
Well, I can speak up because I have this Securely Home app open on my phone, because I have
see what his little rugrat
I have
does.
my son in the district, but he's third grade, so he's not in the one-to-one. But it does give me insights, because I get curious and see what are they working on, what are they doing, where are they accessing, and I can see he's on Legends of Learning a lot, or doing that. So yes, I can. And one thing I will say, the interface on the Securely Home app is super easy. It's so intuitive. There's only 3 different categories: block, allow, video settings, whatever it is. See the student, see the history, pause it.
Sure.
It's very easy as a parent to look at it, and it's a great tool.
Yes, the ease of use, the interface. You'll go on Apple store and you'll see the stars that we get, because it is easy to use.
Well, that's key for parents, right?
And the other thing for parents and for those in the IT department, this is a common question we get, is that we supply support directly to the parents. So if they have a home question, it doesn't go to the IT staff at Wappingers. They can go directly to Securely. So that's helpful.
That's great, because that really allows full transparency, and it really just extends the partnership with the district and seeing how we're supporting our students all the time.
And
right?
As Art mentioned, the concerns of parents. I get it. You're giving my kid a device, and my kid has this device all times, and trying to set up a management plan like they do on their own devices is different for a school device. So I think it's good. It's a good community aspect that can be offered.
And that's all configurable by the district too. I mean, Art mentioned a few of the capabilities and you just echoed them, but it's really around, you can give reporting functionality. You can only give reporting functionality, but then you can also configure that, which Edventures has, for the parents to have more control over policies when that device is home, right? Anywhere from turning off the internet at a certain time to, okay, the school policy allows for educational games, but I don't want there to be educational games. I can turn that off. And again, that's all configurable by the district.
Right. All right. We talked a little bit about AI in the beginning, so let's talk about Securely's AI chat. Right, Erin, you want to give us an overview of it?
It's not just AI chat though anymore.
I know. Well, all right, I'm going to get there.
On, right?
All right, let's unwrap all that.
All right, let's unwrap it. So let's unwrap what's available today, right? So all around, I mean, chat's just like internet back in the day, right? We want to give kids access to it, but we want to make sure that we're doing with safety at the forefront, with data privacy at the forefront, right? So AI Securely Chat is what's available now. It's part of Filter. And underneath the covers, it is Google Gemini or OpenAI's LLM, so you're getting the power of those LLMs.
Yeah.
But Securely's putting their, for lack of a better word, skin on it, right? So we're not sharing any student PII. We're not sending those prompts back to the LLMs for machine learning, right? And we're creating guardrails that, in terms of combating like that academic integrity part of it. I write me an essay on Michael Jordan. Sorry, can't help you with that, but here's a nice little outline.
Right.
And we're allowing you to apply policies. So my high school students might have more, they're able to get prompts on different categories, right, as opposed to my elementary school kids. So you have full control, like the Filter, to apply policies to different groups of students.
I like that.
So that's Securely AI Chat. That is part of Filter. It integrates with Classroom, like I mentioned, so now teachers are going to be able to see those prompts for the students that they're rostered for in the native Securely AI Chat app, but also right on the screen in Classroom.
Awesome.
That's nice.
Yes. Can I go a little further?
Sure, yeah. We're not going to stop you.
No, keep going.
If you're going to keep telling us what innovations are coming next and let the cat out of the bag, I am not pausing.
Perfect. So the other thing is, another thing with any kind of chat is around not only the privacy, but also the safety. This is another way that students engage with, they're asking chat questions. And those questions could be or lead to concerns around bullying, self-harm, depression, right? So now Aware is also scanning LLMs so that when those things are identified, they're coming into the Aware platform for intervention and support of those students.
Right, make sure it's modified.
Yeah, exactly. And
oh gosh.
And
so one more thing.
I thought it was Christmas, not Thanksgiving.
So that's the safety part. So the newer thing that's coming out at the end of this month is the AI Transparency Dashboard. So this is going to be a dashboard that, again, we're bringing those LLM filter activities through our filter. So now we can provide districts with visibility in terms of what AI tools are being used in your districts, who's using them by grade, by class, so that you can make decisions around policies and practices, right?
Love it.
Because AI Securely Chat, obviously we know that we're not going to try to replace the magic schools or the Brisks or whatever, right?
Right.
So you can, through the filter, you can redirect a lot of the really commercial, like Claude, and redirect to Securely AI Chat. But maybe you do want to let Magic School through or Brisk because you've subscribed to it, right? So now you're going to be able to have a dashboard to see how all this is being used by your students.
Great.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
yeah, that's one of the things we did. We did set up Securely AI when we first learned about it in chat. And then the next thing I did is I rerouted all of our traffic over to that.
Right.
Minus the products that we purchase in-house. That has been fantastic because the kids are like, oh, I needed AI. I'm on AI. I'm doing AI. And then
they don't know what they don't know.
And then we're able to go in and we are able to see, what prompts the kids were looking for. It's great because the AI gives us an AI summary of the AI that the students use.
The bots are talking to the bots.
The bots are talking to the bots.
There's always
The bots are talking to the bots about the bots. And it's funny because they're like, the human asked for.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this has been great. I mean, is there any other innovative tools coming out? I mean, I know you let a couple out of the bag with the AI components, or what do you see? Like, how do you see securely evolving?
I mean, the AI transparency is right now one of our focus, and it really is transparency, not just from how things are being used, but just making sure that we're with the students engaging with AI, that we're again catching those safety concerns and being ahead of those. Again, any kind of way that students are engaging, whether it's slides, docs, drives, sites, and now LLMs, like that, we're kind of catching the safety concerns.
I mean, from an admin standpoint, I mean, we talk about like what are kids doing with AI and stuff like that. Having this dashboard, I think, is going to be fantastic for us to help ensure that our students are doing the right thing, the ethical thing, but it's also going to give us that insight, I think, which is going to be way more helpful.
Monitoring student wellness.
To especially answer those questions.
That's it. Dan, any final questions?
No, I just want to thank you for taking the time at this end of the time of the conference to
I know, it's
speak
a
with
wrap up, and everybody's ready to, remember there was a couple years ago we actually heard the fork trucks in the background while we were recording?
A few years ago, we're literally, as we're recording, you heard drills going, the forklifts are like driving right behind us.
It's not as loud today, but... all right, Erin, thank you so much for joining us. We'll definitely get this over so you can share it out as well.
That'd be fantastic.
That's going to wrap up episode 70. As always, questions, comments, please reach out. Tech hard, work smart, live an adventure.
Find Andrew on all socials at @NicolaTech and Dan at WCSD Tech DR.